राजेश यांना विनंती करते की यांनी डॉक्टर सुनील दत्त यांचे मनोगत व्यक्त करावे.
उपस्थित मान्यवरांना मी सांगू इच्छितो की आपल्यासोबत आज डॉक्टर सुनील दत्त आहेत. तर ते एक सुप्रसिद्ध ENT सिनियर कन्सल्टंट, प्राध्यापक आणि उत्तम मार्गदर्शक देखील आहेत. डॉक्टर सुनील दत्त सर हे अपोलो हॉस्पिटल बँगलोर येथील ENT आणि हेड अँड नेक सर्जरी या विभागाचे क्लिनिकल डायरेक्टर असून त्यांनी सेंट जॉन्स मेडिकल कॉलेज बँगलोर येथून 12 गोल्ड मेडल मिळवले आहेत. नंतर त्यांनी DORL, MS ENT, MS DNB या सर्व पदव्या मुंबईमधून प्राप्त केल्या आहेत. त्यांनी त्यापुढे UK मध्ये ट्रेनिंग सुरू केली व बरीच वर्षे डॉक्टर दत्त सर हे बर्मिंगहॅम कॉक्लिअर इम्प्लांट प्रोग्राममध्ये कार्यरत होते. त्यांनी TWT ट्रॅव्हल फेलोशिप, JLO फेलोशिप, ब्रिटिश स्कल बेस फेलोशिप, BACO फेलोशिप असे बरेचसे पुरस्कार प्राप्त केले आहेत. तसेच त्यांनी ऑटोलॉजी, न्यूरोटॉलॉजीमध्ये एडिटोरियल बोर्ड मेंबर, ग्लोबल ॲम्बॅसिडर आणि चेअरमॅन यांसारखा पदभार सांभाळला आहे. तसेच ते बऱ्याचशा रिव्ह्यू बोर्ड्समध्ये देखील कार्यरत आहेत. एवढ्या सगळ्या यशप्राप्तीनंतर डॉक्टर दत्त सर हे भारतात परतले आणि येथील लहान मुलांसाठी कॉक्लिअर इम्प्लांट प्रोग्राम सुरू केला. आज जवळजवळ 500पेक्षा जास्त लहान मुलांना त्या कॉक्लिअर इम्प्लांटचे वाटप करण्यात आले आहे आणि त्यांच्या मार्गदर्शनाखाली ती सर्व लहान मुले शिक्षण घेत आहेत. तर यामध्ये त्यांचा बराचसा मोलाचा वाटा आहे. त्यांनी यासाठी 2 NGOची स्थापना केली आहे. त्यांच्यामार्फत विद्यार्थ्यांना तसेच हिअरिंग एड्स आणि कॉक्लिअर इम्प्लांटसारख्या सुविधा देण्यात आल्या आहेत. त्यांच्या कार्याबद्दल आपण जितके बोलू तितके कमीच आहे. मी त्यांना नम्र विनंती करतो की त्यांनी उपस्थित मान्यवरांना योग्य ते मार्गदर्शन करावे.
Please allow me to speak in English. Padma Shri Lahane sir, Mr. Atul Kulkarni sir, Dr. Sandhya, the very, very important persons of today, MS and MD postgraduates, specialist doctors, I'm also wearing one. Thank you for this. This is a fantastic day for all of you. A special occasion, and we decided to celebrate it with our daughter. So I'm standing here with a, I would say, a flood of fond memories and mixed emotions, because our daughter Aishwarya Dutt is the 3rd postgraduate from Mumbai University in the family, 3rd generation rather. So the first was my father-in-law, Dr. Raghavendra Rao Kuneti. He is MS ENT from jjhospital in the 1960s, I think. He passed away a few years ago. And next was myself. I did my MS ENT from KM Bombay, where I could recognize Dr. Sandhya as soon as we met in the lounge outside. She was my contemporary doing anesthesia in KM. It's a small world, I told her. And then now Aishwarya, who's done her MS in general surgery in the last 3 years. Mixed emotions and flood of memories, I said, because I came in as an All India candidate here, so did Aishwarya. And you do not know how much we struggle and aim to be in one of the Mumbai colleges. It is the top clinical expertise that you can get in the country, and there's no doubting that. So you're all privileged to be coming out of JJ group of hospitals, each one of you. And I think more so now. So when Aishwarya did her PG NEET choices, she was very sure she wanted the Bombay colleges. Her top choice was JJ, and then KM Nair and Chayan, and then she chose Delhi, and etc. etc. But she was very clear she wanted to do general surgery. Um, my wife is here, Dr. Chandrika Dutt. She is an anesthesiologist and I am an ENT surgeon. We did try, sir, Dr. Lahane, sir, we did try to entice her into our specialty, ENT or anesthesia. She was very clear she wanted to do general surgery. And I'm glad she went through the grind, and I'm glad she's come out in flying colors today. And I'm so proud of you. We are both so proud of you, Aishwarya, for today. We're not just proud of you, but all of your colleagues who are here. I think I'm told about 120 of you who've done so well. You come out of a situation unprecedented. The COVID situation was something you didn't sign up for. When you joined here, you wanted to do whatever you wanted to do, be it a medical or a surgical specialty. But look at what you did in the process. You served for not just 6 months, maybe much more, of this scourge called COVID disease. And some of your colleagues had to give up their lives for that. You were true warriors in the front line. And even with many of you, I think each one of you had the infection, if I'm not mistaken. Not, some of you maybe twice. And look what you survived. And I think this will stand in good stead. Wherever in the world you go, I'm sure you will take on all the challenges because you've survived COVID. I think these humbling experiences come a long way in your life, and I want to draw a parallel to what I went through in the 1990s. Dr. Sandhya will remember the Bombay blasts and how we were all tied up in early 1993 to the campus. For about 3 months, we couldn't get out of KEM, and I'm sure it was the same with JJ and Nair and Sayan. We were locked up, food was rationed, and we didn't know, there was curfew, and we didn't know how we would get out of that. And we had to serve a lot of casualties. Textbooks didn't have descriptions of the kind of casualties we had to handle in those times, if you remember, Dr. Sandhya. So I think these humbling experiences, just as COVID did to you, will come a long way in facing the world. And it certainly did for me. You know, I would laugh at every failure after that, and I could take on any challenge, including the ones we did in the UK. And then this kind of patriotic fervor we are all in now with the 75th Independence Day coming up, we said we would come back and serve our nation and our city, our state, our country. And so my wife and I came back and we started this cochlear implant program in Bangalore. And so my advice to you here is wherever you go, make sure you remember the 3 A's of clinical practice. The 3 A's I remember, which one of my teachers taught me, are availability, in this order. A for availability, number 1. Number 2 for amicability, and number 3 is ability. So if you are not available, even if you're able and amicable, there's absolutely no progress in your practice. The first thing is you have to be available for your patients. And second, you have to be amicable. If you're not a good human being, what use of you being a doctor or a specialist? So you have to be very amicable, and then comes your test of ability. Superb skills, I'm sure you all have, but if you're not amicable and not available at all, again, skills are of no use. So I think this would come a long way if you can remember this: availability, amicability, and ability. And another thing I remember that my teachers in school used to tell us, worth quoting, is this is a Sanskrit shlok: Vidya dadati vinayam, vinayati yati patratvam, patratvat dhanam apnoti, dhanat dharmam tata sukham. In a nutshell, what you have, the greatest wealth that you have is your knowledge, your skills. All you surgeons and physicians, cherish that, hone your skills, carve a niche for yourself. Focus on what you think you can proceed from here. You know, from surgery, if you're looking at plastic surgery, urology, GI surgery, etc., carve that niche for yourself. Go wherever you want to go, do your fellowships, train yourself, but do come back and serve this country, because that pleasure of serving your own people will not come anywhere else in the world, anywhere globally. With these few words, I want to thank Dr. Harshal Padekar for inviting me to do this parent response, and all of you, the dignitaries on the dais and the dignitaries of the dais, for this amazing opportunity. Go forth and multiply. May the force be with you. Thank you.